So Melee 3.0 is one of those changes coming to Warframe in 2019. It was almost ready for release about 5 months ago, but was eventually held back so that Digital Extremes could fine-tune it a little bit more before eventually releasing it. Now, it is rumoured to be pretty soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So I thought now would be another good time to do another quick refresher course on what exactly to expect with all of these melee changes. At the start of last year, we got similar quality of life changes to primary, secondary, and of course beam weapons as well, and this changed some of our favourite weapons, their mastery ranks, their stats, their damage models, and it basically kind of changed the meta. Some kind of weak weapons became really bloody powerful, especially with the beam weapons. They kind of got revitalized or brought back, so a lot more players are now running around with those beam weapons. So melee weapons will also be getting a similar treatment, which of course means some kind of a power shift. Melee weapons, does it sound weird when I say that? Melee, 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 melee? It's easily a fucking swords. They're easily our best weapon class in the game. Easily. There's just so many different options. I mean, you can use any weapon you want and it can be good because of certain mods, I guess, like Blood Rush, like Condition Overload and things like that. Zenistar, Plague Polearms, Spin to Win, you can't deny that melee is bloody effective. But because this will be such a big change, it also means that there are certain amounts of worry from players as well that their favourite weapons could be weakened or could be less effective than what they were before, and they may not be the best weapons to go to after these changes. We just don't know yet. So this is what to expect once Melee 3.0 drops. In fact, they may even add more changes to this before it's released. In fact, we may even find out more on this week's dev stream. Who knows? Fingers crossed, hopefully we do. First up, pretty much every melee weapon in game will be getting some kind of a stat and mastery rank change to better suit, I guess, their damage model, like what we got very similar to the primary, secondary and the beam weapon changes. Certain buffs and nerfs to certain weapons. Powerful could become slightly weaker and weaker could become slightly more powerful. So now is definitely the time for that plasma sword revolution that I've really wanted since I've got about 100 of the fucking things. I could probably build a mega plasma sword actually. So stat and mastery changes. Range will be reduced or reworked for melee weapons as well, pretty much for everything. And on one of the testing showcases on a dev stream, a reach mod dropped on the dev stream and it showed a flat 0.3 meter range on an unleveled reach mod. As it stands now in game before these changes, reach gives you a 60% bonus range on your melee weapons, so that's looking like it's getting changed to a flat amount. This will definitely be a nerf to some of our higher ranged weapons like, I guess, the Plagued Zaws and so on. So I'm not sure how you guys feel about that. Weapons that already had a really bad range won't be as affected by it, but those other ones will. Stances are getting a rework, and each stance is getting a gap closer to allow you to close the distance between you and enemies, and stance combos are being simplified down to just a few attacks and not the, I guess, overcomplicated ones that we have right now with all of the different button mashing in order to try and pull off some of those combos. So stances and combos are being simplified down. Instant weapon swapping is something else that's going to be introduced into the game with melee, so you can switch between your primary to melee instantly just at the tap of a button and vice versa. So this actually could be really good. We gotta wait and see. Sides in game will become heavy blade weapons and gain the benefits of their stances, I think, but I also think they get to keep the original side stances. If someone can correct me in the comment section below, I was trying to find that earlier and I just think I was looking in all the wrong places. Now, all normal melee attacks will be getting their base damage boosted to help with the combo changes that are coming, and of course the channeling stuff as well. So there's going to be a higher amount of default damage numbers from all of your melee weapons. Now, channeling is being removed, well, elements of it, and let's be real, it was barely ever used anyway, but your default channeling keybind will now become a heavy melee attack. But some small parts of what channeling was will apparently remain and be added to our blocking mechanic. or might become some sort of a super attack or super melee mechanic. Maybe we'll get to see more of this in action before Melee 3.0 actually gets released. Like I said, maybe in this week's dev stream, fingers crossed. Now, how this change is going to affect mods like Lifestrike, we don't know. There's just a lot about Melee 3.0 that we are a little bit uncertain about. They definitely need to show us that little bit more for, I guess, the community to get a little bit more relaxed. But maybe instead of Lifestrike working with your normal, I guess, channeling attacks like it is now, maybe they will attach it to the new heavy attacks that you're going to have instead of that channeling keybind. Melee 3.0 is definitely going to focus a lot more on these new heavy attacks and the directional slam attacks to make Melee more fun to use and hopefully more powerful as well. Heavy slam attacks looked like a lot of fun, but I'm not sure how effective they will be in these, I guess, tight corridors or small rooms on certain mission tile sets. We're gonna have to wait again and see. Another huge change with Melee 3.0, or probably the biggest change, is going to be that our combo counter will now be used as a sort of resource pool that boosts only those new charged attacks. It doesn't boost your default attacks, just the charged ones, and performing a charge attack will also reset your combo counter back down to 0. So basically you're going to have to swing with your normal attacks to build up that combo counter to charge your heavy swings, but the minute you use a heavy swing, it's going to put that combo counter back down to 0. So your normal attacks won't gain the benefits from that combo multiplier, just the new charged ones. Now, how these combo changes are going to affect mods like Blood Rush, Weeping Wounds, Body Count, the new Gladiator mod set as well, we don't know. We gotta wait and see. Hell, even spin to win whips could be affected by this combo change. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Hopefully the damage that they're going to boost up from the normal swings will kind of compensate for what you're going to lose out on with the actual combo multiplier. But it is definitely going to take a little bit of getting used to. I mean, we've used and built around our current combo system for so long that change will be bloody hard, and I know everyone's going to be doing the whole "I don't like change," but it's fucking true. Now, we even have certain Warframe abilities that use that current combo counter to boost damage, and hopefully they won't be affected, hopefully. And I'm sure DE knows all of this, and they'll, I guess, develop to compensate for it and make everything work fine. I mean, what could go wrong? There's no bugs in this game. Now, the directional slam attack did look, like I said, fun. The ragdolls from it definitely look like fun, but they could also be a pain in the ass. And just like all of you, Melee 3.0 and all of these changes have me both kind of excited but nervous, and also a bit worried at the same time about certain setups that we already have formed and built around. But everything could be fine, or it might not be, and Melee could be even stronger than before, or it might not be. But let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on the upcoming changes, whether you're worried or not. Now, there is one other thing definitely worth remembering about Melee 3.0. Basically, when Revenant was released, he was supposed to have a two-handed sword, but that was kind of held back because they wanted to release it along with the new melee system. But I think it's going to come with its own maybe stance as well, maybe a new type of stance, since it is a two-handed kind of Nodachi or Odachi. I know there's going to be weebs in the chat going fucking nuts that it's not an Odachi, or it's not an Odachi, or it's that it's a samurai sword, or you don't really know ninja, you can't run on trees like Naruto, you know what the fuck you're talking about, potato. Alright guys, calm down, go outside, get some sunlight, relax yourself and come back in. It's a two-handed sword that's supposed to be released with Revenant. I'm only messing, but now it's going to be released with Melee 3.0, so there is definitely that to look forward to as well. And who knows, maybe there might be some other melee weapons released to go along with the new system, or to go along with that two-handed sword and maybe fit its stances as well. But that's just potato speculation. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long for Melee 3.0, although I'm sure some of you are going, please let them take as long as fucking possible. I don't want the changes. I want it to stay the way it is right now, so please keep putting it on the long finger. Now, from today onwards, my channel will be focusing on not just Warframe, but different games as well as different topics, because I've kind of left it long enough. I've been locked in on one game, and I kind of didn't want to get out of my comfort zone. Pretty much like probably every Warframe content creator, when we make videos on different games, Warframe viewers don't like watching different games, and I've been really kind of caught up on all of the Division 2 news, as well as Anthem, as well as Sekiro. I really can't wait for that game. I'm really loving watching VatiVidya, just everything. Something about that fucker's voice is just really good. So I've been really enjoying that. So I kind of just wanted to let you guys know that from next week onwards, I will be covering different games. So I guess if you like what you see, then stick around and watch that. But I will be sticking with Warframe as well. I'm not going to stop Warframe. That would just be stupid. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a good enough job in covering other games. I guess we'll know soon enough. Do me a huge favour and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.